Hello everyone. In this video, we are turning our focus to the GBPUSD ahead of the upcoming week. In under 10 minutes, I will walk you through understanding the current market structure of these assets with the intent to identify potential trading setups using fundamental tools such as trend lines, key levels, and of course, chart patterns to gain valuable insight into the historical price movement of this market. A quick reminder, this video is for educational purposes only and not a financial advice. I am here to equip you with valuable insight into the GBP USD chart and also enhance your proficiency in price action analysis. Remember, Forex trading involves risk, so approach trading with caution and consider consulting a professional advisor before making any investment decisions. Last week's technical setup led to a stalemate scenario as trading remained range bound and confined within the 1.2671 and the 1.278 zone throughout the course of the week. This emphasized the prevailing market uncertainty, a factor that is set to significantly influence our strategic decisions moving forward. If you are interested in reviewing this commentary for educational purposes, find the link in the description box below or at the top right hand side of your screen if you are watching from my YouTube channel. Now that we have our groundwork laid, let's dive right into the business. Let's take a moment to revisit and ensure that everyone, including those who missed out on the previous analysis, comprehends the current market sentiment from an holistic standpoint. So, to start with, we shall delve into the daily time frame for a comprehensive exploration. And here we are on the daily time frame. And the first thing we will observe here, looking at the nature of price action since the beginning of this year, it is quite obvious that price action is on a very strong bullish momentum. And to further emphasize the strength of the buyers in this particular market, I was able to connect a series of higher lows here to give us an interesting ascending trend line, which of course has been supporting this bullish momentum since sometime in the month of February. And in fact, price action had consistently respected that trend line, of course. And with the situation we have here, it makes quite a lot of sense that we look out for buying opportunities at this point. Then, in addition to this trend lines, remember last week we had the 1.26700 area, which was our key level for the previous week. And one of the things we agreed last week was that as long as price action remains above our key level, we only want to be looking out for patterns and structures that will support the idea of buying this asset. And for the fact that price action is right along that trend line and that key level, giving us a crucial confluence to work with ahead of the new week. At this point in time, you would agree with me that we are at a very, very critical moment in this particular market. Though anything could actually happen at this point, we could see a situation where sellers come in, breaking down the 1.267 and, of course, that ascending trend line to incite a sell off. However, there's also the possibility that this buy pressure we have been observing around this area in the last couple of weeks could incite another wave of bullish momentum, hereby respecting that ascending trend line one more time. Now, to have a better perspective into what is really going on here, we would need to scale down into the lower time frame to decipher and understand how participant in the market has been reacting to this crucial juncture in the market, which dovetails around the 1.267 and of course the ascending trend line. But before we scale down into the lower time frame where I was able to identify a simple setup, I would like us to take a quick look at the economic calendar, as we all know by now that these fundamental factors often manifest on the chart in technical patterns and price movements. By monitoring the economic calendar, we can easily identify potential correlations between key economic releases and specific technical patterns, hereby giving us valuable information that could help us to position ourselves in such a way that we can catch any potential move prior, during, and even after this event. Now, on the economic calendar, I was able to pull out a couple of high impact events coming in from both the US and the United Kingdom's economies. Now, the first high impact event for this week is going to be on Wednesday, and in fact, we have a series of S&P global publications for the week. Now, the first one here is the CIPS Composite PMI, which is a key economic indicator that offers insight into the overall health of the United Kingdom's economy by combining both the manufacturing and the services sectors purchasing managers indices. Then we also have the S&P Global Manufacturing PMI for both economies too coming up on that day, and this indicates the health of the manufacturing sector. A higher reading suggests expanding economic activities, offering insight into the overall economic growth. Then on Thursday, August 24, we have the Jackson Hole Symposium, which is going to be lasting for 3 days, and in fact, this is a significant annual gathering of central bankers, economists, and financial market participants. It offers a platform to discuss critical economic and monetary policies issues impacting market sentiment too as well. Then on Friday we have the first Chairman Powell speech. His speech holds considerable influence over the financial market. His remarks provide insight into the central bank's outlook on the economy, potential policy shifts, and interest rate changes, hereby impacting our trading decisions and, of course, the market sentiment. So, as technical traders, we are going to be using these informations as a gauge of economic activity and sentiment, helping us to make informed trading decisions about market exposures and potential shift in trading strategies. Now, with the information we have right here, let's go right back into the 4 hours time frame where I said I was able to identify a simple setup that we are going to be using for the coming week. Now, the first thing I was able to observe here is the fact that since the beginning, I think since the mid month of July, price action has been finding lower highs in this particular market. And as a result of this observation, I was able to connect a series of lower highs here, which has given us this descending trend lines that you can see on your screen right now. And one interesting thing about this structure is the fact that despite the lower highs we have observed, it is quite clear that price action is yet to find a lower low to confirm the strength of the sellers at this point, as you will see that every point in time when price action comes into the 1.26700 level, we begin to see how sellers have struggled around that area as buyers at every point in time come in to take over the market from the sellers. Now, with this situation here, I'm of the opinion that if price action continues to remain above the 1.267, a level which was our key level for last week, we could likely be seeing a bullish momentum that will break out of that descending trend line. And if we look at the nature of price action in the last, since the beginning of this month, let's zoom in so that we can see things clearly. You will see the range bound activity here, which further emphasize the level of indecision in this market at this point in time. So, with the scenario we have here, it is quite clear that price action is indecisive, and you know how we do it in this community. When price action falls into a range like this, we want to remain patient, waiting for a signal which will come in the form of either the breakdown of the support line of that range to give us selling opportunity, or the breakout of the resistance line of that range to give us buying opportunity. Now, if we look at what has been going on here, you will see that we already had a breakout of both of the descending trend line, which is a very beautiful sign that the trend line may no longer have the capacity to continue to negate the bullish attempt. And interestingly, during the second half of last week, we saw the breakout of the descending trend line. And in fact, price action came back to retest the structure. And at the point of retest, we saw an engulfing bullish candle, which is a good sign that buyers are gradually getting momentum behind the scenes. Now, with the situation we have here, I already have my new key level for the week situated at the 1.27100 area, which of course has been a major determinant of price action since the beginning of this month. Now, with the situation we have here, as long as price remains above this key level, I want to continue to look out for patterns and structures that will support the idea of buying, while a further breakout of the 1.278 will be welcoming more opportunities to maximize the potential of that bullish move. However, if price action drops below the 1.271 and selling pressure continues below that area, then I want to start considering selling, where a further breakdown of the 1.26700 area will welcome more selling opportunities. So these are my views here on the GBPUSD for this week. But trust me, I will be with you in the comment section on this platform to give you an update after monitoring how participants in the market will be reacting to this current market structure during the early hours of the new week. If you have found this content helpful and useful in making your independent trading decision for the week, I would greatly appreciate your support by giving the video a thumbs up. Your likes are valuable to me and helps the algorithm promote the video to a wider audience of traders who may find the material beneficial. Thank you in advance for doing so. If you haven't already, I encourage you to follow me on this channel for more of this insightful content. By subscribing, you will always stay updated with the latest ideas I share, and of course, receive notifications whenever I upload new videos and commentaries. See you in the comment section on Monday morning as we get prepared for the new week. Do have a wonderful evening, everyone. Bye bye.